All right, guys, we're just gonna wait a little bit. We can get a light in here. Just turn that light on and see what happens. We're just trying to get the lighting right now.
Good.
No, it's actually it stinks.
Wait.
Oh yeah. Okay, now shut it. Shut off that light. Actually, wait.
That's good.
Yeah. It's good enough. It'll be fine. Should be okay.
Let's move over.
So
much
we're gonna wait for a little bit, see how many people are gonna come on here before we get started. We have a little bit of a different one today. It's actually just talk about different survival techniques and stuff and how to survive in the wilderness. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, guys. This is an outdoor-based channel, and we know you guys are gonna love being with us on this channel. So last night was crazy, the amount of people that came on. So hopefully we're gonna get that same result today. That's what we're going for. So, like I said, we're just going to wait a little bit and see how many people come on. We have one person on right now. Use the comment section. That's what it's there for. We like to hear your comments. We probably aren't going to pay a whole lot of attention to the comments just because, like, we want to be accurate with what we're saying and stuff. So, it should be pretty good, guys. So, we're just going to wait a second. We have a couple people on right now, and then we're going to get started. So, we have 3 people on right now. Okay, it's starting to go up. So we're going to get start with that here in a second. Okay, there we go, guys. Couple people on, okay? If you're not subscribed already, be sure to subscribe.
Let's get some.
So you can start kind of with whatever you want. But
We're going to start now?
Yeah, I'd say we can start. All right, so what we're going to do is we're just going to go through a whole bunch of different survival tools so we can show you guys. And these different survival tools are really cool, and these survival tools will help you survive in the wilderness. All right, William, you can start off here.
Okay, so for our first item here from the survival kit, we have this tactical pen. So all it is, it's just a regular pen. You just turn it like that, comes out. But on the other end, it's got this metal point here, and it's meant for like if you're trapped in a car, you smash the window, like it makes it smash. So
I say it's really good for like if you're in survival situations and by any chance you actually need to get out somewhere that's in a tight enclosed spot or something like that. It's really good for that. So tactical pen is really cool, and we can take notes for it with you guys here.
It writes really good. Though.
Yeah, you can see. Don't flash them our notes. That's our notes for this. So if you guys aren't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We're going to be saying that a lot just because new people come on all the time. So 6 people on right now. We're doing pretty good. So what should I go with, William? What do you think? We're just looking here. All right. So here's the thing. This is a flashlight, all right? So this is good. Hey, that's good quality. That's pretty good brightness. But it's always important to have a flashlight if you ever get lost in the woods, because when you can't see anything, it's really hard to navigate where you're at, especially at night in the woods. Just in general is hard. So especially if you don't know where you are, it's really good and handy to have a flashlight. So that's one of the things you got to remember.
I like this one too because what a lot of them don't have, you probably can't see on there. But the light comes out and it zooms in, so you can concentrate it to a really small spot, and then you can open it up.
Let's see if you guys can tell. I don't know if you can or not. Oh wait, that's the SOS one. So okay, so you can see actually. Look, see how it changes if I switch it. So this is for like a really wide bright one, and that is just for like a straight beam. So very handy to have a flashlight with you guys when you're in the woods. You'll never regret it. Be sure to bring one on your next adventure. Right.
So this next one's this next one's kind of weird. I think it's a water bottle holder. So you clip this on your belt.
Show it to them.
You clip this thing on your belt right here, and you just put your water bottle on that. It's actually a pretty good item, I'd say.
It's pretty neat. It works. Like I haven't tried that one yet, but Keep in mind, I got this on Amazon for like $30 for William's birthday. So
Yeah.
this survival kit is cheap, but like even just simple stuff like this, guys, is really handy when you're out in nature and stuff. So it was really cool that we got that done. All right, our next one. This is a survival blanket. All right.
Emergency.
Emergency survival blanket. So if you're out in the woods and you're cold, you can literally put this on, and because it's reflective for the sun, it picks up a lot of heat, and it really makes you have like a really warm spot to sleep at night. It's very handy because a lot of times at night you're going to be out there, it's going to be cold. If you're lost and you're trying to survive, survival blankets always come in handy, and it's not going to hurt to have one with you when you go on your adventures. So we actually opened this up, and it was like really hard to like put back in once we opened it. But it was it's cool. Fruit Loops, just keep the food with you. I wouldn't recommend Fruit Loops on a survival adventure. I mean, it doesn't really matter.
They might light up good, you never know. But
yeah, they could. So that's a survival blanket.
I actually tried this, and it was like crazy how much heat, like you felt like you're in a heated blanket. So
yeah, it was crazy. Go with whatever you want.
Okay, so next, this is probably my favorite item in the survival kit here. This is flint and steel.
Don't demonstrate. I'm not gonna do it.
So anyway, it gives lots of sparks, so you can start your fire nice and easy. This one in particular, it's like crazy how much sparks. So it's
so what you do? So this is like the flint or whatever, and this is steel. So when you rub them together, it's gonna make the sparks. But we're not gonna do it here, just because we're in the house. All right, we're not gonna do that. And no, we're not. We're not. And what's cool about this too? It actually has a little whistle on this side. Right here, this is a whistle. So it helps you, like if you're lost, I'll try to blow it. You can hear that? Yeah. So that's really good if you're lost. It's a really neat bracelet. Fits on really nice. Really cool.
It also comes with a little tiny ferro rod there and a little thing, so.
Yeah, that's what it's going to do. So that's cool. We have that nice bracelet there. And, oh yeah.
It also has a little button cut compass on there too. It's actually pretty good little compass there. So
yeah, that's cool.
If you guys are not subscribed, be sure to subscribe. We do outdoor content all the time. So
okay, another neat thing to have is when you're out there is having Vaseline. All right, Vaseline is like an oil, so it's really good for starting fires. And we've used a lot of these in our videos, right? So you've seen us starting the fires with these or with the Vaseline, and it's very good. It keeps a flame burning for a long time too, which is really cool, and it's really helps you when you're trying to start a fire. So
yeah, this won't light on fire by itself, but as soon as you add it to like a cotton ball, it lights up and it stays burning for a good minute and a half. So
yeah, like I never knew Vaseline was that good for this type of stuff, but once we tried it, we realized it was crazy. So it was kind of cool to see that. So.
And this actually wasn't in the survival kit, but cotton balls are probably the best fire starters. One of the best fire starters. You can light them up so easy, and I just love cotton balls.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're really good. So actually, here's another thing we're gonna go over next. So I think this is called a spork. Yeah. So it's like a spoon and a fork on this side, right? So that's what's cool, and it comes out, and it's like you can use it for like fishing and stuff, and like spearing. So it's kind of cool. And it has a whistle on the back of it right there. It's not as great, but like if I blew it, no, don't blow it hard. You're gonna deafen them.
I know how to do it though. You have to take it off.
And then it works a little bit better. Like so that, yeah. Just like that. I just didn't want to bust your guys' eardrums. So that's a really cool one. It has a couple different things that go in it. So, well, I mean, you stop looking at the comment. So it's just it has a spoon and that on the end of it and a whistle. So it was really neat. So that's cool.
We should answer his question there. We're just answering the question. I think you'll be totally fine. Yeah.
It's gonna be up to you, like what you'd rather. I mean, I
It's
think I would still do it. It wouldn't
the
affect me. But
oil's gonna burn up in like minutes because you're only putting it on a cotton ball, so I'm sure it'd be fine. Like I
yeah,
do it. We
it's
started
safe.
fire
It's
with
safe.
it like and roast the marshmallows, so it's fine.
That's the thing. Yeah.
It
It-
burns up so quick. So.
Yeah. But the Vaseline, like I said, like the Vaseline will keep whatever you're burning. It will keep the flame for a long time. That's why it's so good in survival situations. Also, we have this. So this is like right here. This is like a multi-tool, and I don't even know half the things on it. I think this is a can opener up here.
Yeah.
And then this might be a little bit of what's that?
I don't know. That's like a weird. I don't. It's like a saw, but it's too dull.
Yeah, and then all these different little things are for bottles and stuff, and like
This is actually kind of a wrench here.
yeah.
It's just the different sizes of the wrench.
Yeah, so like that's really cool. It came in like this little package like this.
It's got a sharp edge there too. So.
Yeah, so it's good for cutting and stuff too. So I'm just gonna put that back in. So that's a really cool tool to have with you. Like I said, guys, this stuff's like fairly cheap. Like you can go out and get this stuff for not that expensive, and the quality is just as good as something that is expensive.
Next we have. This is a multi-tool. I love multi-tools. This is probably the best one I've ever seen in a survival thing. But so it's got a saw, file, can opener. Then it's got a measuring thing, a screwdriver, and bottle opener,
and a
another
blade.
one, and a blade. So
And pliers,
yeah.
right at the top.
So that's it. That's all of it right there. So.
And that all came in the kit, and you can go get this at like stores for expensive. Like usually these are expensive, but that was in the kit, and we got it for like under $30. When if you went and bought one at a store, they can be like $60. No joke, some of them or more.
This hasn't broke or anything too. It's a really good one. So
yeah. So that's kind of what was in the kit. Is there anything else here? This just came.
It had some paracord in there.
It says a little bit of paracord, and it's got a couple of these. What are they called? Bucket or.
You know what they are called?
What are these called, guys? It starts with a B.
Buccaneers
or Buccaneers or
no,
something like that. I'm trying to think.
No.
What are these called, guys? I need you to comment right now. Oh, barracuda or yeah, something like. No, Buccaneers or something like that. I forget. I need someone to comment. What are these? What are these called? Carabiners. Carabiners. That's what they are. All right. So that's what we have. That was in the kit. So right now, we actually have some stuff we want to talk about. Just some in like survival situation scenarios right now. So I'm just gonna say it one more time. If you guys aren't subscribed, be sure to subscribe. This is an outdoor channel. We'd love to have you guys come along on our journeys with us. All right, so we need to find where we started on this. Okay, so we have just a few things I'm gonna go over here. So, I want to ask a question. Not sure how many people are gonna ask or answer, but so what's the most important survival priority in a wilderness emergency? So, what is the most important thing in an emergency situation, survival situation that you need to keep in mind? So I'm gonna talk about this, and this is. The biggest thing is to be staying warm and dry. Once your body temperature goes down from what it's used to, you always everything starts to go downhill. What you're thinking goes downhill. Your actions that go downhill. Everything goes downhill once you're not warm. Staying warm in the outdoors is very, very important in avoiding hypothermia.
You need to get that fire going really quick. So.
And another thing you need to keep in mind is that people need water, all right? When you're in the outdoors, people need water, and Does anyone know how much water you actually need when you're out in the outdoors? Or just in general, how much water should people be drinking a day? So, what do you guys think? So, the actual thing is half a gallon, but it's recommended that you have more than half a gallon a day, which is 2 liters
Too much.
if you're here in
Not enough
here in
time.
Canada. What?
You're not giving them enough time to answer.
No one's answering anyway.
You guys, be sure to answer. We want to see if you're still there. So,
All right, so
there's 8 cups. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
good.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, 8 cups in a day. You're doing pretty good. I don't even drink that much. All right, I only drink a little bit of water a day. I'm one of those guys who doesn't drink a lot. So
I drink a lot of water. Yeah.
all right, so here's the thing, and when you get water in the outdoors, you have to boil it. You can't just go to a stream, take water, and drink it. There's so many parasites and all these different diseases you can get from flowing water, regardless of its clarity, because the stuff that's dangerous in the water, guys, is not visible to you, and sometimes you'd be better off drinking muddy water than clear water because you don't know what's in it either way. So that's really something you need to keep in mind. It's very important to be drinking water once you've boiled it, after you boiled it. Do you have anything to add to that, William?
No, just boil your water.
So another thing is tinder. So when you're making a fire, there's a lot of different tinders you can use to help you when you do your fires. So one of the things is dry grass. Another one is bark shavings, pine needles, small twigs. Just like a lot of like smaller stuff, guys, is the stuff that's gonna really get your fire going.
If you take like basically like a pretty thick, like that size piece of wood, and you make shavings, that's really good too.
Yeah, and there's so many different types of like these different tinders and stuff you can use it, and a lot of like it has to be really like fine stuff works great for tinder. And there's so much out there. It's hard on rainy days to get it. That's when you kind of have to get into wood and kind of start shaving some. But on like a nice dry day, there's old man's beard stuff that grows on some of those trees. And there's like all different types of grasses and plants that are all dried up. Even leaves too can catch a flame pretty well. So you can choose one of those you want to talk about.
I don't know what to talk.
So what type of shelter is best in snowy conditions? So so here's the thing. Where we live, we have good winters, but we don't have like crazy winters. Like
Well,
for a lot of snow, we don't though.
oh, not a lot of snow.
No. So, but in like wintertime, the best you can do is like snow caves and igloos and stuff. But obviously, we don't really have enough here. Like recently that we can do this type of stuff. But the best is snow caves probably.
Yeah, I think, well, where a spot where there wouldn't be as any snow or whatever, I'd make a shelter, like, and take like spruce branches and like layer them on as many as you can get.
I'm just gonna say as quick, if you're not subscribed to the channel right now, be sure to subscribe. Got quite a few people on here right now. I'm reading 9 right now, but it's pretty good. So we're just gonna see how many of you guys are gonna subscribe. Okay, let's try to get this. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by Christmas. Really hoping we're gonna get there. We have a new jump on here. 15 people on here. Drop a sub. Our goal is to hit 2,000 by Christmas. All right. Please help out the channel by subscribing. All right, so when you're out in the woods, you're always going to come upon animals sometimes, and it depends. Sometimes there's a lot big difference between a squirrel in the woods than a bear. So, but if you're going to be with a bear, the biggest thing is just to remain calm and just don't run away. When bears see that weakness of you when you run away, they identify you as like prey, and they don't. Bears are like attracted to you more when you run away than if you slowly back up. And you can help by like raising your hands like this, making yourself look bigger to the bear to be a little bit intimidating to the bear instead. So it's just one of those things you really have to keep in mind. And this stuff like never happens anyway, guys. You hear about this like a couple times a year, and that's like it. It's a lot of people are just, it's more in their head than in reality by a lot all the time. So, and if you find yourself in a situation, like nobody gets attacked anyway. It's just in the back of your head.
There's there's also like there's three types of kind of like the main bears. So black bears, you want to make yourself look big and never play dead with a black bear because they don't care. But for a grizzly bear, um, if you play dead, they probably will hurt you, but you have a better chance of surviving than running away. And polar bear is like not much you can do for polar bear. Like you just
Yeah.
make sure you're carrying something with you. So
Yeah.
there's nothing.
Grizzly bear. I forget there's a rhyme that goes with it.
Yeah, there is.
If it's black, lay down. If it's brown, or no, if it's black, fight back.
Yeah.
If it's brown, lie down. If it's white, good night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it's not a lot of hope for you if it's a bear or if it's a polar bear. I'm sorry, but that's kind of funny. Yeah, if there's a polar bear, you're done.
Yeah.
It's
You're done.
just run for your life at that point. I don't know. Just be sure to carry, and if you're in an area where there's lots of bears, so another thing we want to talk about is if you ever get injured in the woods, it's very important to get that cover or that cut covered up and stuff, just because there's so much stuff in the outdoors that can go wrong, especially with diseases and stuff. Just because you're out in nature, guys, it's not everything's not sanitary, right? There's animals run through the woods every single day, over same spots. There's germs everywhere in the outdoors.
You always need to make sure you have some type of like clean cloth or band-aids with you.
Yeah.
Wherever you
And
go.
if it's a severe cut, you need to get that on as quick as possible and apply pressure as much as you can to that just to stop the blood flow. It's very important just to do that. So it's very important that you can treat your cuts the right way in the wild, because they do happen all the time. And it's just important to cover them up. It's just how you do it. So there's also different types of rocks that can help you start a fire too. William, you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so there's not too many, but like we said earlier, this is flint here. This is probably the main one. It's like good and soft, and the sparks are nice and big. Another one's quartz. I don't think quartz is quite as good, but I think it's still gives off a few sparks.
Yeah. So, and it depends. Like, I don't usually use, like, if I'm actually out there, I'll just use, like, a lighter just to start my fire. But different people like different things, and it's kind of cool. So, whatever your preference is, you can even put it down there in the comments if you have different ways that you like to do it. So, you want to go from there?
I just did.
The top. Just go from the top.
Oh. I just do it.
Okay, so how can you safely cross a fast-moving stream or river? So, if you're out in the outdoors, there's lots of streams, lots of rivers. Sometimes they are flowing very fast. All right, so you don't need to have a big brain moment here. Cross the shallowest spot, the calmest point. Right, you always want to face upstream because you don't want to be facing the same way that the water's running. Like if your back is turned and the water is hitting your legs, it's a weaker area than if you're facing the water coming at you. It's better for the water to be coming at you from the front than from the back. So just keep that in mind. So crossing the shallowest, calmest point, face upstream, and use a sturdy stick for balance. Like if you follow these, there's a good chance you're gonna be totally fine. So, and we actually do have quite a bit of streams and stuff, and that's just what we do. So it's just kind of cool.
So what does it mean if birds are flying in circles above you? So there's a few different answers. A lot of us know usually when they're flying in circles, they know that something's gonna die or there's something dead. So, and they might be circling because of water too, especially if you're in like the middle of summer in like a very like not wet place.
So, back to the boiling part. So, what is a simple way to purify water in the wild? So, we already said you can boil it, but knowing the time and stuff is good for you guys too. So, boil the water at least 1 to 3 minutes to kill the bacteria and parasites. So, I would leave it for 3 minutes, maybe 3 to 5. Honestly, for me, just to make sure for sure that it's safe to drink. because you just don't want to be taking risks with that. It's just a stupid mistake that a lot of people do make. So you just got to be really careful.
Next we're gonna talk what is a common edible plant that you can eat if you're in like survival situations. So dandelions are definitely one of the more popular ones. You can eat every part of the plant, including the roots, leaves, and flowers. They're, I actually have tried like the leaves before, but they're disgusting. But I mean, in a survival situation, it's not really gonna matter.
It's not a matter of if you want to eat it or not. It's you gotta eat it, and you're gonna eat it. So that's one of the things. So, and you can also use the sun to your advantage a lot too. You can use the sun to your advantage by knowing that it sets in the east, or rises in the east, sets in the west. So, following the sun too is a good way to get back to safety. So, I mean, we just went through about 20 different tips for you guys right there to survive in the outdoors. We went through that gear, and this was a pretty good live stream, I think. Like, we just gave you guys a ton of information and stuff. And like I said, if you're not subscribed yet, guys, and you're watching this right now, be sure to subscribe, all right? We make outdoor content. That's what we love to do. So, is there anything else you wanted to talk about, William?
Not much. I don't know how many of you guys will comment on this, but I want to ask you, like, what is your favorite type of short? Like, do you like survival shorts, fishing shorts? Like, if you're listening, like, be sure to comment because we really want to know this. So.
And while you guys are doing that, while you guys are commenting, tomorrow we might be doing a different type of live stream. It could be really cool. I think we might be doing a fishing live stream tonight or tomorrow, hopefully. It's going to be about us fishing in the pond, but it's going to be at night. So we might stop. So fishing for sure. All right. So yeah, we can do lots of fishing shorts. I mean, that's what gets us a lot of views.
Fishing is definitely really good talk.
It's actually trending right now on YouTube, so I'm sure we could do that. So anyway, so tomorrow night we're going to be doing fishing at night. So it's going to be a cool video for you guys to be watching. We'll probably start right before dark, and we'll just get right into it and fish for maybe a couple hours, and hopefully we get lots of viewers on it. I think it'll be pretty cool. So, yeah. I mean, that's really the live stream, guys. That's what we wanted to talk about tonight. We got through a lot of stuff tonight, a lot of good information for you guys to be following. So, I guess we'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully, and we got a few new videos out there right now. Be sure to go check those out. All right. So have a good night, guys.